Okay, ignore the chit chat in the background. We're talking Christmas trees here. So, okay, and the singing. Don't just ignore it. So, we're going to talk about a spring flowering plant found in Welsh woodland called Arum Maculatum. And I quite like arum lilies. They've got lots of names like lords and ladies and stuff. They're pretty good. So, the following observations were made on the structure of its flower through dissection. The flowers are enclosed in a green leaf-like structure called a spadix, and immediately I'm seeing that, I'm thinking, ooh, green leaf-like structure. Is that going to be wind-pollinated, or is that the equivalent to sepals? Thinking leaf-like, okay. With a ring of female flowers at the bottom, and here we've got, obligingly, a picture, and these are our female flowers, bottom, and a ring of male flowers above them. And I'm now thinking, oh, hang on a minute. Different positions of male and female flowers, quite often a sort of structural thing like the pinanthrumide primrose that you've done about. A ring of hairs above the male flowers, oh there they are, prevents insects that insects, here we go, insects that enter the spadix from leaving. So they're stuck buzzing around down here near the female flowers, and they're stuck there until fertilization's happened. So the male flowers then ripen. So effectively what we're saying is these come first, then you get fertilization from the insects, and then the male flowers ripen afterwards. So again, thinking cross-pollination. These are ripening first, those are ripening second, there's no way. So this is I'm thinking now, cross-pollination, because you've got two different ripening times. Oh, and the hairs wither, and that means that the insects can then get out, presumably brushing past the male flowers on their way to carry pollen out. So I'm thinking, a little fly buzzing around down here doing the fertilization, then going past all this pollen. The spadix secretes a fecal odour. Oh, how lovely! I told you they were interesting plants. So, smell of poo. And the temperature within the spadix is 15 degrees warmer than outside. Once pollinated, the spadix dies, exposing the developing fruits that turn a bright red colour as they ripen. Do not be tempted to eat these, actually, they're really poisonous. Just as a thought. So, note frontal spadix has been removed, so the spadix is the whole thing. Here we go. Right, so describe. That's a bit of a dead giveaway. That we're looking at AO1 stuff. Describe the sequence of events during double fertilisation. So we don't have to go masses back to, the bee picks up the pollen and does this with there. We don't need to start there. We need to start with the pollen tube taking some sperm nuclei down to the embryo sac, I'm thinking. So, the tube nucleus, so I'm going to start there. Tube nucleus, no messing about, no faffing with pollination. Controls the growth of a pollen tube from the stigma to the embryo sac. I'm thinking I'm going to run out of space here. I'm going to do a little asterisk-y thing and go down here, I think. Don't do that in the exam. Enzymes, digest, path, way through the style, to the micropyle. I'd be quite tempted there if I wasn't running out of space. I think I'd say that they are negatively aerotropic and positively chemotropic. I'm going to put it in brackets, because you wouldn't want to write the least you could write. You'd want to get everything in there. Got to be honest, can't remember whether it's trophic or tropic. Do you know, Dr. S? Is it trophic or tropic?
Tropic.
Tropic. No.
Not eating.
Not eating.
No.
No.
Negatively geotropic.
Tropic. Tropic, apparently.
I don't know. I'll check.
I'm sure that Dr. Samuel's right. Pretty positive. Right, okay. So, we need to do this double fertilisation thing. What does that mean? So, remember, we've got the egg being fertilised and we've got the polar nuclei being fertilised. So I need to describe that. I'm going to put an asterisk there. Carry on down here. So, the generative nucleus, I like that, generative nucleus divides by mitosis to produce 2 sperm nuclei. One sperm nucleus fuses with the egg nucleus to form a zygote, and the other fuses with the polar nuclei to form the triploid endosperm. That is pretty much it. That is everything that I know about double fertilisation. So I'm thinking that's got to be worth the 4 marks in anybody's book. Okay. So, what conclusions? Oh, conclusions. So that's got to be a bit more AO 2 or 3. Can you make regarding the types of pollination to ensure fertilisation? So we've done cross-pollination and we've got insects, and we now just want, you need to make a sort of a reasoned argument, and it's for 5 marks. So, drawing conclusions, reasoned argument, AO3. So, it doesn't tell you that it's a lily. Anyway, it is. I'm just going to use its name. I'm going to say Arum is insect pollinated as it attracts insects. I could say them, but I want to be very clear what I'm talking about. So it attracts insects with its fecal, lovely word, odour. Oh, I can't use smell. The insects are prevented from leaving by the hairs until fertilization has taken place. So what does that tell us? So the plant is cross-pollinated as the male flowers only ripen after fertilization. Oof, is that enough? I'll just put this prevents self-pollination, and then they absolutely know that I know exactly what I'm talking about. For a change. And I'm just going to do a little wiggly line across there so that that answer doesn't get muddled up with my previous answer. Obviously in the real exam, if you run out of space, you...
Trophism, to turn from the Greek.
Oh yeah.
Oh, tropism, not trophism.
So what does tropic mean then? Are we using tropic the right way?
Yes, tropic means to turn.
Right, okay. Trophic means to eat.
No, yeah.
Okay, fine. I just thought, you know, it was eating its way down the style. Anyway, back to the exam. If you run out of space in the exam, you must write continued at back where the examiner can see it, because they're going to be marking it on a screen with your lovely handwriting that can be read easily in a black pen.